What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be looking at all of the known score streaks in Call of Duty World War II. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're going to go through the list relatively quickly here. First up, I just wanted to point out that these are in fact score streaks. There was a lot of people saying that since they were going back to the roots, they were likely going to return to the kill streak system. But we are sticking to score streaks this year, which makes me very happy. I know not everybody likes that. And we also have 12 that we currently know about. I'm sure there will be a few more at launch, but as it is right now, we have 12. First up, for 400 score, we have a recon plane, and this one's pretty straightforward. It's basically just like a UAV. Second streak for 425 score is going to be the counter recon plane. This one's got a little bit of a strange description to it, and it says that it's a fighter that destroys enemy recon aircraft or counter recon aircraft, or it blocks enemy recon aircraft. So I feel like when you call this in, it essentially makes the radar fuzzy for the enemy team like any counter UAV would have in the past, but the plane is actually flying around trying to destroy the enemy UAVs as well as enemy counter UAVs or counter recon planes. So it seems there's a good chance that even if you call a counter recon plane in while they have a counter recon plane up, perhaps they kind of battle it out and one comes out over the other one, or maybe it's just the one that was most recently called in will destroy all of the ones that are currently active on the map. Moving on to the next one for 500 score, this is the Flamethrower. We saw this in the trailer, as well as you guys have probably seen some gameplay out there from somebody with the Flamethrower. And with this score streak, it is not timed unlike the Purifier from Black Ops 3 because that was a specialist ability. You can keep this out for as long as you want, it just has a set amount of fuel. So once you run out of fuel, then the streak is done. And it also has been confirmed that if you die with this in your hands, you will still respawn with it available with the same amount of fuel as you had left when you died. Moving on to the next one for 525 score, this is the Fighter Pilot, and we saw this one in the trailer as well. You do a strafing run, it's one single strafing run, and you get a little opportunity to try and pick off some enemy targets. It looks like it's right around where it should be for a 525 score thing. It's really cool, it looks like a lot of fun to use, but at the same time, I don't think you're usually going to be completely dominating enemy teams with this. You're usually just going to pick up a kill or two, unless a bunch of people are crowded on an objective. After the Fighter Pilot, at 550 score, we have a care package, and this looks like it's probably just going to be exactly like the care packages we've seen in the past. Next up, for 650 score, we have the Glide Bomb. Again, this is one that we saw in the trailer, and it turns out you can actually guide this. In the trailer, you couldn't really tell if you could guide it or not, but it's one single bomb that drops out of a plane, and you can kind of steer it somewhat like a Predator missile and land it on your targets. This one looks awesome, especially for something like domination. Next up, for 750 score, we have a Mortar Strike, and with this Mortar Strike, we get to select 3 locations on the map, and then the mortars will come in and kill anybody that's on those locations. For 850 score, we have Artillery Barrage, and we don't have a ton of information on this. You just select apparently one area on the map, perhaps like a bombardment in Infinite Warfare, but only one area you select, and it's a decent sized area with a pretty good explosion radius. And you just select that area on the map, and it gets bombarded by artillery. Moving on to the Flak Gun, this one is 950 score, and with this one, it's kind of like a SAM turret back from Black Ops 1. Now, I don't think it's going to be something that's placeable. I think it's going to be one of those streaks that's just kind of exists off the map, and when you call it in, then it just kind of does its own thing from off the map. But what it does is it destroys all enemy aerial streaks the whole time that it's active. So any aerial streak that's in the air when you call it in, that will get destroyed. And then for the whole duration, however long this lasts, any other streaks that are called in by the enemy team that are aerial streaks will get destroyed by this flak gun. For 1,000 points, we have Paratroopers, and we caught this in the trailer. I'm so glad this is a score streak and not some other sort of weird spawning mechanic or something. But with this score streak, you call in Paratroopers. It looks to be 3 of them, but we don't have any confirmation on that so far, and they will just be like bots essentially that go around and try to kill enemies. For 1,200 score, we have the Carpet Bomb. And this one does several passes on the map, dropping bombs. This to me sounds exactly like the Warthog from Black Ops 2. I hope it's kind of like the Warthog in the sense that it's also really loud and really intimidating, especially for a streak that's decently high at 1,200 score. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more on this one. Now finally, the last streak that we know about and the highest streak that we know about so far in World War II is going to be the Ball Turret Gunner. So for those of you guys that have never seen a Ball Turret Gunner, this is what it looks like here. And I believe this is going to behave somewhat like a chopper gunner from Black Ops 1. I think it's probably going to fly like a circle around the map. You're in that ball turret, and you just get to shoot down and wreak havoc on the enemy team. I can't wait to see some of this. I haven't seen any gameplay of it yet, but I am definitely looking forward to it. So there we have it. That's the full list of all the score streaks that we currently know about in Call of Duty World War II. A couple things that I feel are missing that we will hopefully see in the final build of the game. First up, dogs. I would love to see the dog score streak come back. I think that would be excellent. And another thing that just appears to be missing, it just feels incomplete without it, is some sort of a sentry turret-like score streak. Now obviously back in World War II, it wouldn't be an actual sentry turret, but perhaps you could call in an AI teammate that comes in with a big mounted machine gun and you can place where he goes, and then he acts kind of like that sentry turret. I think that could work out well for World War II, and I'd like to know in the comment section below. First off, what is the score streak that we already know about that you're looking forward to using the most? And second, what do you feel could be added on top of the ones that we already have? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.